As I've often said to you folks, and as a good many other people have also said to you, we are at this particular time in history facing a period of great change. The change that is coming, whether it is earth changes, whether it's political changes, whether it's economic or social changes, whatever that change is, it depends on us. It depends on our energetic state. Should things come to pass as is predicted by Mayan philosophies and Egyptian philosophies, should the world enter into a couple of days of darkness, should there be earth changes, should any of these things happen, the most important part through that period will be the energetic state of the people through that period of change. In such events, it's very important that you do maintain your energetic state. Don't go into a state of fear. Understand that evolution is inevitable. Change is inevitable. And what determines the outcome of the change is your emotional state through the period of change. Whether you believe the changes that we are going to be facing will be political changes, whether you believe it is the advent of what people popularly refer to as the New World Order, whether you believe that a global police state is being built around us, then again, through this period of change, what will determine the outcome is your energetic state. If you stand up for love and stand up and do what is right, then the government won't be able to take away your right to grow food. The government won't be able to impose the police state, because even the police state will take the compliance of the people. Even if they were to come along and start putting people in trains and taking them off to FEMA camps, such an action would still require the compliance of the people. No matter what the authorities throw at you, it still requires your compliance. All you have to do is simply reject the whole thing. And in that way, if you believe in a political solution to the future, then perhaps you'll move in the direction of something like the Venus Project or some other alternate system that whatever that people are putting in place. That there's so many alternate systems that have been offered to us, but whatever it is, if you believe that this civilization in its current form is going to evolve and going to move into something more like a resource-based economy, then fine, make it happen. But again, if you do so, do it for the right reasons. Maintain the correct energetic state through the change. Because if you don't, if you do go into fear, then you will create a police state. And if you find yourself facing earth changes or a couple of days of darkness and you go into fear, then you will also very likely manifest a very negative reality for yourself. Whatever changes we are facing, be they physical, be they earth changes, be they political, social, economic, or whatever, the most important thing through any of it is that you maintain your energetic state. When you can gain a true understanding of what reality is, when you can see how the matrix works, when you can understand that what is actually real within this creation is consciousness, that the real stuff of the universe is empty space, and that matter is simply divisions in space based on perception, then you begin to walk around, as I do, in a state of constant fascination. When I see an echidna come to visit me, when I see a couple of snakes mating on the floor, I find it fascinating that I could witness events such as these. I find it fascinating that I can pick up my guitar and play a tune. I find it fascinating that I can speak to you on the airwaves. Even when I see a couple fighting or arguing, I find it fascinating that they could actually find something to fight about. Because all fighting and arguing and malcontent is a misunderstanding of what reality is. And if you are in a situation where you are drawing that energy in, if you are in a situation where you are feeling stressed out, you've got to ask yourself what it is within yourself that is drawing that energy to you. Because even experiencing those emotions is truly an opportunity for you to understand yourself a little better. All such things are opportunities, my friends. And with a real understanding of what reality is, all of these situations are also just as fascinating as the stars in the sky. Well, I think we're getting pretty close to the end of the show here, folks, so I think I'm going to have to wrap it up about now. If you've ever wanted to make a donation to the Crow House, now is the time for you to do it. The website's very much in need at the moment, and it is truly only with the help of people such as yourself that I'm able to keep going and doing these broadcasts and doing the things that I do. So any help that you can give is very much appreciated in that respect. And essentially, if you can open your hearts up to give to another sometimes, then you can help me to give back to you. Well, I very much appreciate you spending the time that you have with me today. Thank you very much for listening to the show and for emailing me. I actually lost about 10 emails last week. So anybody who sent me an email last week, if it was important, if you could send it again, because I actually deleted a whole bunch, 10 or 15 emails that were in my junk box. I actually checked them and meant to click not junk, but I clicked delete instead, and they disappeared forever. So I'm sorry about that if you were someone who was waiting for a reply. But thank you for spending this time with me today. Thank you for your emails, and thank you for the kind words that you offer me. Thank you for even taking the time to listen to the show. I look forward to speaking to you again next week. Take care until then. In Lakesh.